Hello and welcome to round 12 of Grand Prix San Diego. I'm Ben Swartz, joined here in the booth by Marshall Sutcliffe, and we have Sharfman-Pan on the left-hand side of your screen facing off against David Sharfman on the right-hand side of your screen. Both players sitting with only one loss. And Sharfman gets things started with a turn 1 suspending search for tomorrow.
Ideal turn 1 play for Sharfman's deck. Let's see if Femus has a discard spell to kick things off.
Yeah, Inquisition on Kozilek. We'll probably get either the Snapcaster or the Search for Tomorrow.
So Sharfman mulliganed, it looks like.
Yeah, probably get the Search for Tomorrow, right? Well, you probably just want to get the Snapcaster out of the way.
It depends. You know, Snapcaster isn't as good in this deck as it is in others, where it's going to be, you know, flashing back like really potent 1-mana spells. Yeah, he's just going to take the Search for Tomorrow. That's going to delay Sharfman a turn on going off on the combo potentially here.
Valkut on turn 2.
So Femus still has perfect information about Sharfman's hand.
Yep.
And if Sharfman has another discard spell here, things could get pretty good. And he does. It's a Raven's Crime.
Yeah, not the best discard spell.
No, but still, when your opponent's mulligan, and he just gets that Snapcaster anyway. Now, does he have a second land here, though? That's going to be critical.
Halltooth Hollow. So he's going to...
Yeah, we got a reader, you know, because we had to do it too, right?
Yeah, yep. Halltooth Hollow is a hideaway land. You can tap and activate it if each player has no cards in hand. Similar to Windburst Heights. You cast a card.
But both players have to have no
cards?
Oh, man, that's rough. Did you see what he put underneath?
Yeah, he put a Phyrexian Vat Mother.
Okay, so a win condition for later?
Yeah, so win condition for later.
That joke has a shelf life. You're approaching it. All right, so Sharfman's going to grab a basic forest with that Search for Tomorrow. But if Femus can hit a turn 3 Liliana here, things are going to get pretty good for him, as he will have made Sharfman discard a card on every turn of the game. And it's hard for a combo deck to get all the pieces when they're working with
Super Sunday Seal.
Yeah, but then again, like,
going up.
Femus isn't actually putting any pressure on David. So like, if David just keeps making land drops, gets up to 8 lands, and then draws a Scape Shift, like...
Is he missing his land drop here? No, that's a land up there, right?
No.
It's not? Okay.
He's got a Night's Whisper, though, which will draw him 2 cards.
Yeah, but that's still not quite what he wants to do for this turn. Sharfman's going to take another look. Sharfman's rocking a Seahawks hat.
Well, he's going to use Cryptic Command on... You've got to appreciate that. On Night's Whisper, so that Femus can't draw another land. That's an end of turn.
It's also going to get Sharfman back ahead, back to decent on cards here.
And Sharfman has a Scape Shift now.
And, ooh, jeez. So Sharfman's playing some defense with these counter spells against his hand here.
I don't know what's in Sharfman's hand, but I don't...
He's got a Cryptic Command and a Scape Shift.
Okay. He wanted to just use that remand because it would have gotten by the...
That's right.
Inquisition.
Now he can't take that card away.
So that's an island at the top, right?
Yep.
And Scape Shift and Cryptic Command.
Yeah, so Inquisition's going to whiff here.
Yep.
And Sharfman's finding himself in a pretty decent spot here, really. He gets to make his land drop here as well. He has the combo. Now, he doesn't want to see Thoughtseize. And he certainly doesn't want to see Liliana start tearing his hand apart before he gets to reasonably go off. But
does Sharfman have...
Jonathan Calderon.
Singing, like, for a head, does he have Obstinate Baloth in his sideboard? That would be...
oh, that would be interesting.
Not so fun against Raven's Crime.
It's common to have that card in there. He does. In fact, he's got 4.
Yeah. Okay. So games 2 and 3 will be interesting.
Will be interesting. Raven's Crime resolves.
Yeah, I think David's just trying to figure out what he wants to discard. Maybe a land. I don't know. His whole hand's
He could
good.
Cryptic it.
There's a Funeral Charm, a Sword of Light and Shadow in Femus's hand, along with a Liliana, Phyrexian Vat Mother, and...
Take 1 for each one of those? Take 3? No, it's 1 for each card.
Oh,
okay. So you 2 to 14.
Is that a Phyrexian Crusader? So, Sharfman discards Farseek, right?
Yep.
And then he'll go to his turn.
And he continues to hit his land drops. This is really critical here.
End of turn, Funeral Charm, choosing to force David discard a card. One of the 3 modes.
Do not have
The other
Is
two
that
are
the most powerful mode on that card?
well, one is give target creature +2/-1, and the other is give target creature swamp walk until end of turn.
Raise your hand and call for a judge. With that,
Swamp walk's the
you
best.
have 50 minutes. You may begin.
I mean, killing a creature that's 1 toughness is not like.
No, taking out a Dark Confidant or something is pretty sweet. All right, Cryptic Command, and he decides to draw a card with it. He could have bounced
Halltooth Hollow.
his opponent's land and just really set him back, but he decided that he'd rather just have more cards in hand.
I mean, his hand's has gotten ripped apart. Sharfman on 6 lands now, so he can, if he gets another land, he can untap and sacrifice all of them
But he
with
didn't.
Scapeshift and deal 18 damage. But
Yeah, right now Femus is on 20 still, though. All right, so he looks like he is going to play Liliana here. Does it resolve? No, he's going to get remanded.
wow, that's a really good win.
So painful.
Yeah.
When you're stuck on lands and you finally hit that piece. And there is a land for Sharfman.
Oh, and
And
Lightning
he's going to
Bolt.
play Lightning Bolt and combo up.
Scapeshift, yep.
So it's 18 plus the 3, and that should be enough. And I think Femus just says, hey, man, just show me that you've got the mountains and I'll concede, but I got to make sure you got them first. Which is
5, 6. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 more is 21. So that's it. David Sharpman wins the first game here in round 12 against Femus Pan.
That's pretty good. I mean, Femus was stuck on lands.
Yeah.
And that was really the key to him losing. But I kind of feel like
Jonathan Calderon.
the matchup
Your
game
modern
1
man is waiting.
favors
Jonathan
Femus there.
Calderon.
You
Yeah,
rip
I-
apart a
Man
combo
is
player's
waiting.
hand.
Killer
I don't think it's going to get
Size.
any easier for him after board,
No.
especially because the Obstinate Baloth's in
Yeah.
David's deck.
Now, if he can get a Phyrexian Vat Mother down, those things will eat Baloths, no problem. But
Sure, but
not if it's turn 1.
yeah, you don't want to give your opponent like turn 1 Raven's Crime.
Right.
Okay, Obstinate Baloth.
Really hard to recover. I mean,
Yeah.
Femus does have ways to do that, but I mean, he has go for the throats and stuff, but still, like, if that's how you start your game, turn 1 Raven's Crime, turn 2 go for the throat, the thing that you were supposed to discard, it's going to be tough to win that game. What is that thing by Sharfman's foot?
That's his backpack. It's a turtle.
It's a
shell
turtle shell backpack?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
But there you see the feature match area. The other video feature, hopefully we'll get a chance to go look at it, is Kory-Shenhar versus Jacob Cory. Cory's playing a very interesting deck.
What is he running?
He's playing the Groy's Vengeance Through the Breach, Gristlebrand, Fury deck,
Uh-huh.
where he plays and attacks with Gristlebrand, gains 7 life, draws 7 more cards, and hopes to be able to cast the Cold Snap spell.
Yeah, the one that gains you life for...
No.
Are you talking
Fury
about
of
the
the
creature?
Horde.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one that runs the 1-drop that you can sack to gain life equal to the amount of life that you lost that turn.
No. So the idea is that you attack with your Gristlebrand, you draw 7 more cards than you normally do, and then you cast Fury of the Horde, which is a card from Cold Snap that says you may exile 2 red cards from your hand rather than pay Fury of the Horde's mana cost, and it says untap all creatures. You get an additional attack step after this.
So you do it again.
So you do it again, and then hopefully you draw more, and you can do it 3 times.
Okay. That's
Alternatively,
pretty
he
cool.
also has Goryo's Vengeance and Through the Breach for Emrakul.
Okay.
And he can do
Goryo's
the same thing.
Vengeance doesn't work on Emrakul.
It does.
Oh, it is
You
in the
can-
graveyard for that time period?
The ability goes onto the stack, so in response you can cast Goryo's Vengeance.
I thought it was a replacement effect, but
No,
I
that's
think
like
you're right.
Progenitus
Yeah.
is a replacement effect. Emrakul and the other Eldrazi are all a triggered ability. When it goes to the graveyard from anywhere, then shuffle your library. So it'll go on the stack. You can use Goryo's Vengeance in response. Goryo's Vengeance says return target legendary creature from your graveyard to play. It gains haste. At the end of turn, remove it from the game. Exile it.
Yep. So very, very powerful upside on that deck.
Yeah, I was talking to Jacob early in the tournament yesterday, and he was telling me, the guys over in Renton say they don't want they want the limit for combo decks in this format to be turn 4 or 5, right?
Yeah,
That's what he
turn
said.
3 is where they don't want it, yeah.
I'm going to prove him wrong this weekend.
No, is that
That's what
right?
he said. He said by the end of this weekend, I want Gristlebrand to be with a target on its back to get banned.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, I wouldn't like to see Gristlebrand banned because I like the card, but that's an awesome goal.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob's a well-known legacy player on the independent circuits. He's had a lot of success there, and I know that he really likes Legacy. He really likes being able to play all of these different types of decks. And so he'll play whatever he feels like each week. And here, you know, he sees this problem in the format where he can pretty much play what he sees as a Legacy deck in Modern. And, you know, just like, come on, guys, really? You're going to let me play this? Okay.
And he's had success so far, right? Where's he sitting in the standings here?
I believe he has 1 loss. This are not the most up-to-date standings, are they? Oh, yeah, they are.
My team didn't bad. My team did bad, but I did well. That's the only one.
So he's sitting on 2 losses.
Okay.
Same with Shahar. So maybe we can get a look at that match. Or
yeah, it looks like they're just presented their decks.
Okay. Yeah, and Shahar's taking a mulligan. Anyway, on the back table, far back, you can see Alex Machotan. He's playing against Dave Shields. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to see that match, but
yeah,
2 good players. And there you see the tournament room. You know,
it looks a lot different than it did yesterday.
Yeah, the field's been cut down quite a bit.
It has, very significantly. You get a look at some recognizable faces there. I see Melissa DeTore in the front. There's Reed Duke in the back. Willie Adel.
Yep.
Still a lot of big names floating out in the field here in San Diego, and it looks like we're underway here. No turn 1 play, though, for Femus.
Yeah, he's got to be afraid of Obstinate Baloth, but a turn 1 suspend, search for tomorrow again for David Sharfman.
He played that breeding pool untapped, and he probably figured out the Femus isn't trying to kill him with damage.
Yeah, and Funeral Charm
is.
Term.
Is this
Obstinate Baloth?
It looks like he's shadowing towards his actual graveyard here. This would be a pretty savage slow roll.
He has
He does have it.
What is he thinking? Okay.
Wow, that was kind of a savage slow roll, actually.
What?
All right.
Gain 4.
End
Thanks
step,
for
I'll make a 4/4.
Thanks for the turn 1 4/4.
Wow. So is he going to
Wrench Mind?
He's going to Wrench Mind.
That card's actually pretty good. Doesn't see a lot of play. Discard 2 or discard a single arc.
Jeez,
Come on.
another Ravenous Baloth. So what he was deciding was which one.
That is offensive.
That is just nasty. You see Femus is kind of frozen his motion over there, like, geez.
That is really offensive. Just come on.
Go.
Okay, attack you for 8.
Man.
Does this feel good?
He has a breeding pool on the table, and he just hit his opponent for 8.
Pass the turn back with remand in his
I mean,
hand.
Femus has ways to deal with these Baloths, but he's under so much pressure.
He doesn't have a 3rd land for Liliana. And
no, he doesn't,
that's
and
the
he
match.
just has to scoop it up.
Okay, so we will get to see Jacob Kory play against Kory-Shenhar. And I don't think we missed any of the action in that game.
Obstinate Baloth, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. That was insane.
You can see Femus.
He's kind of smiling like, okay.
Oh, that was fun to watch.
I mean, how aggressively would you mulligan into Obstinate Baloth if you were Sharfman there?
I don't think you mulligan. I think you just got a little lucky. I don't think
that wasn't my question. I asked you how aggressively you would.
Me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an aggressive guy.
I want to know what Ben Schwartz thinks. You're an expert. That's what you're sitting here for, you know.
Anyway, so we've got Jacob Kory on the left-hand side of your screen. He's playing in Kory-Shenhar. We talked a little bit.
What is Shahar on again?
Shahar is on the Ajundi deck.
Okay.
And can I ask you guys for your records?
One of the many players that
Is that a Pentad Prism?
Yes. So that is Sunburst. It's going to get 2 counters. You can remove a counter, a charge counter, to produce a mana of any color. It's a ritual type effect because most of the ritual effects are gone. But here he used it on turn 1 using Steam Fence and removing a Simian Spear Guide. So next turn he'll have access to 4 mana.
So he turned that Simian Spear Guide into a mana source.
Yeah, and if he has a Goyo's Vengeance, which he does, he can attack next turn. So he's got Goyo's Vengeance and Izzet Charm. So he can use Izzet Charm to draw 2 and discard 2, put the Gristlebrand in the graveyard, and then use Goyo's Vengeance.
Wow.
And that's turn 2. It looks
turn
like
2 Gristlebrand that's attacking?
Attacking. He also has an Emrakul in hand. He could do that too. But
it's just it would only make Shahar sack like 1 land and take 15, which actually, interestingly, isn't that great.
Right.
And it would take basically Jacob's entire hand.
Yeah.
So he's going to want to use Gristlebrand there first and
Yep.
maybe even combo off.
And Jacob is ahead here. He won game 1. So Shahar needs like a Thoughtseize here to be able to disrupt that combo. But yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Like this is turn 2.
Yeah, that's insane. This is going to be cool if it happens. Shahar's deciding which land he wants to play. Do you think Shahar would have turn 1 Thoughtseized
Yeah, if he had it.
If he had the option?
Yeah,
All right,
of
so he
course.
probably doesn't have one in his hand then.
Yeah, it looks like he's deciding whether or not he wants to cast Deathrite Shaman or Dark Confidant. I mean, Deathrite Shaman's actually legitimately good against this deck if you had it on turn 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just
There
going to
it
cast
is.
Deathrite
So
Shaman and say go.
He's going to hope that Jacob doesn't go off this turn so that his Shaman's live, but he actually...
Well, it's not 100% for Jacob to go off this turn anyway because he doesn't have any Fury of the Hordes in his hand. So he could just attack for 7 and draw 14 cards.
Right.
Or 21 cards.
I call that going off.
I guess if you're talking
know what
about
you're
cards,
saying,
you should
but-
probably get a Fury of the Horde
Right.
or 2. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. 21.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he goes for it here. He's clearly going to. He does. Shahar does have Path mana up though, and I think he's even got one in his hand.
Okay.
He
So
does. He does have one in his hand.
So then Jacob, he drew a second Glorious Vengeance, so he could just cast Emrakul here. Or like get an Emrakul into play. But instead he's going to go for Gristlebrand.
So 2 Gristlebrands in the yard. This one's going to get Path, and the next one's going to get Deathrite Shaman.
Well, actually, he's going to reanimate Gristlebrand. And then when he goes to attack, Shahar's going to Path to Exile it.
And he can do it again?
And he can draw a bunch of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully get a Fury of the Horde. And he has a second Glorious Vengeance, so he could cast it again if he gets a Simian Spirit Guide. So he could go off again. I mean, it's not great.
Interesting. He can do that because he still gets the extra attack phase anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So here we go, Gristlebrand.
Yeah, so Grizzlebrand's here, and it's going to attack. And now it's going to get Path. So he says, draw 7.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that feels so good. Draw 7 off Gristlebrand. So
1,
let's see what he
2,
hits.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a Fury of the Horde. And he's
there's
got
a bunch of red spells.
and a Simian Spirit Guide, which he needs to cast Glorious Vengeance again. So he's going to cast Glorious Vengeance. Oh, he's just going to cast Is It Charm to counter the Path to Exile.
Oh, sure. Take
And
7.
Yep, go back to 17.
And we know that he's got 1 Fury of the Horde already
Yes.
lined up here.
With a pair of red spells.
So he's got that ready to go.
But he'll draw 7 first, you know. Doesn't hurt.
Hey, man, if you got Grizzlebrand, activate that guy. All right, so he didn't hit anything. He didn't hit another Fury of the Horde in that 7, but...
Yeah, he gets one more chance to draw 7. Might as well.
Dude, if there's a button in front of me that says draw 7, I'm pushing that button.
And he's got another Fury of the Horde. So he's going to cast Fury of the Horde, remove 2 red spells. Shahar's reading it.
Yeah. That is a card that has not seen very much play.
And with 2 Fury of the Hordes, Jacob wins here. Right, 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21.
That's right.
So he's going to attack. He gets to draw 7 more cards if he wants to.
But he doesn't actually need to, and he has Shahar completely tapped out as that Shaman's not active.
And another Fury of the Horde.
And that's it.
Wow. Jacob Cory defeats Sharfman-Pan lightning speed.
Jeez.
0.
We saw some really fast matches that round. 2 Obstinate Baloths attacking on turn 2.
Yep.